India to please come for the industry address. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a big round of applause for Shri Singla ji.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon to all the lead members who are sitting on the desk with me today. We want to. So today I'm Rajesh Singla, founder of Planify, and I have been brought by the Assocham team. Thanks for them. They asked me to give a presentation on how technology collaborations and digitization can facilitate MSME growth. So first of all, I would like to talk about is it even important that we should look at MSMEs for technology collaborations and digitization? So I'll take out a few numbers to make my point here. Overall, if we see, we have more than 6.5 crore MSMEs registered in India today. Most of so the maximum number of MSMEs are actually present in UP. Every seventh MSME is actually from UP, and the top 10 contributors are actually top 10 contributors states are providing 3/4 of the total MSMEs in India. Overall, MSMEs are delivering almost 30% to our GDP. They contribute 1/3 to the manufacturing and almost contribute 40% year on year to the exports in India. So overall, if we see, the MSME sector is actually really very important. What are the challenges today MSME is facing, and how can this digitization and technology adoption can help the MSMEs? So I will not talk about the ONDC network that has been covered beautifully by my lead panelists today, and even yesterday. A lot of people talked about how the supply chain management, logistics, and even the collaboration with the outside of India can help MSMEs grow their business. I'll talk about one of a very significant problem, which is basically the credit. To understand this, today if we actually look up, a lot of people, specifically big bankers, so big industrialists gets loans at a very on a much easier platform. Like they get hundreds and thousands of crores worth of loans from the banks and NBFCs, whereas a small MSME owner or an entrepreneur is not able to get the loan. He's not even able to get a loan of maybe 1 lakh or 50 lakhs or even 1 crore. So to address this, apart from the technology which is being brought by the banks and NBFCs, one additional initiative which has been taken by the government of India is the OCN network. So what is OCN? It is basically Open Credit Enablement Network. So let's talk about the problems what basically an entrepreneur was facing before this OCN network. So banks will generally takes a lot of time to process their application because of the less documentation which is available to them, and because they cannot assess their credit worthiness, they are not able to disperse loan. And even the loan which is being dispersed, they will want it to be of a certain extent for them to actually process the loan. So now these problems are being addressed through this OCN network. Through this OCN network, if you actually see the things which are being brought in, everything is being plugged into a platform where you can do where your e-signs, e-signatures, e-KYC, your UPI enablement, your bill payments, all of these things are clubbed into this OCN network. And there is another thing which my fellow member talked earlier about the account aggregator model. So this account aggregator model basically helps these OCN framework where people can actually see where these banks will be able to see the overall transactions which is being done for that entrepreneur. So all your bank statement, mutual fund investments, stock market investments, insurance, tax, GST, your credit worthiness, your CIBIL scores, everything gets pulled into an aggregated system after your approval. And on the basis of that, people can basically lend you the money. So from basically asset-based lending, we are now moving towards cash flow-based lending and or the revenue-based invoicing. This is the new norm which is going to come up. In the OCA network which I am talking about, it is not only on the paperwork, it has actually started working. Today, about 50 crores of worth of loans has been disbursed through OCA network. 7 banks have been onboarded on it. There is ICICI Bank, HDFC Bank, Axis Bank, SBI, and even Bajaj Finance. They are part of this initial OCA network. And people have got a loan of even 160 rupees through this OCA network, and it works very beautifully. Like the loan disbursement happens in less than a minute, and this is the power of digitization and technology collaboration. I'll urge all my brothers and sisters to start using all of this e-signature platform, e-KYC platform, your DigiLocker, and the other things which I talked about more and more, so that you get everything paperless and on a seamless manner, So this was a bit about the digitization and the technology collaboration. And I talked, so my main agenda was to highlight the importance of credit. So now importance, so one thing again I want to talk about, that credit need not be on debt. It can also be on equity side. And that is why I am here today. So I'll talk about a bit of myself before I talk about the equity funding. So at Planify, we are the biggest platform where people can come in and invest in the startups, MSMEs, pre-IPO and unicorns in India. We are basically a private platform where people can come and invest in the private companies. So we help entrepreneurs raise funds through our platform, and we help them fund anywhere between 50 lakh to 50 crores. And in fact, so this is our sweet spot. But even we are okay to support them even further beyond 50 crores. We have done close to 100 crores worth of fundraise for 6 startups and MSMEs last year, and we have done close to worth of 250 crores worth of investors. We are well connected with 10,000 angels, family offices, and VCs and micro VCs, which basically invest in these companies. So our vision is to basically empower the investor so that they can invest early into an organization when the company is actually growing at a fast pace. And our mission is to fund every entrepreneur so that apart from the strategic capital, they can actually propel. And it basically, once an entrepreneur gets funded, it is the best how we feel we can serve to the community of India, because they will be able to empower or generate a lot of jobs. And that will be really good. So these are a bit about our numbers. We have done we have done few fundings where the top companies which have been listed are the companies where we have empowered them fund with anywhere between 1 crore to 40 crores. And we have also worked with other companies to help the employees liquidate their ESOP. Again, in the ESOP pool, employees can leverage their ESOP pool, and they can sell out their employee stock options before the listing of the company. And we also, this is what we basically do. We take an entrepreneur, we help them prepare, so we make them investor friendly. Like we call it as Praram, that in the Praram we help them organize their investment decks, pitch decks, presentations, their valuations and due diligence reports, their projections. All of this gets collaborated in Praram. If these documents are already available with that entrepreneur, we can use those documents and leverage them and help them launch on our platform. We are present on web, Android as well as iOS, so we call it as Launchpad, where we can launch them on our platform, and investors can immediately, they will get an access to more than 50,000 investors which visits our website every month, and close to 1 million page views which happens every month. So till the journey of an IPO, we can basically help that company at every step till the company is ready for an SME IPO or a main board IPO. And this is what how we work on the equity side. On the debt side, it's pretty simple that we help them get the debt funding from the bank and NBFCs. So this is a bit about Prarambh, the six things which I talked about. All of this we collaborate with the founder and help them to create these documents before we take them to the investors for investments. So and the process is pretty simple. Overall, we meet with them, we understand the organization and what kind of potential it has, and help them prepare these documents. And after signing an NDA, we launch them on our website and the platform, and basically help them raise funds. So again, coming back to our main point, like why we should even look out at equity funding. So today, if we actually go and see BSE, SME exchange or NSE SME exchange, most of the companies which are getting listed are phenomenally growing well. The companies have grown in the tunes of 10x to 100x in the last 3 to 5 years, and this is going to grow even bigger. Overall, we think in the debt funding side, if you compare it with the equity funding side, obviously the interest rates has to be a burden for the entrepreneur, and it might not be very convenient for him to take the burden of the debt initially when he or she is trying to set up his business. On the equity side, the expectation from an entrepreneur is that he will be able to add value to his business and able to scale it so that he can create wealth for himself as well as for all his shareholders. But overall, there is nothing as such where he has to make repayments of the loans every month to basically, which is being done on the debt side. And even on the debt side, you do not get an access to the strategic investors or strategic tie-ups, which can actually happen on the equity side, where you can actually leverage a lot of people's information and knowledge, and they can also help you in scaling your business and taking it to the next level. And so this is basically the benefit of equity funding, that people can scale their business, they can do strategic partnerships, and obviously it at the end of the day empowers creating wealth for those businesses. So I urge all the brothers and sisters to take even consider the equity funding along with the debt funding for their business. That's pretty much from my side. Thank you. And here is our contact details in case anyone wants to connect with us. They can reach out to us through these numbers. Me and my team will be happy to help you out in whatever way possible. Thank you.